If you don't know what that is, look it up, Molly, honey. In design, I mean, I understand what you're saying. I understand it looks so complex. And the thing about it is you cannot take that same thing and say because something is very complex that it's made. You can't do it. I mean, life shows many examples of different forms with the same function. Different structures making up wings of birds, bats, insects, fucking pterodactyls, whatever. Different organs for making webs and spiders, caterpillars, and web spinners. They each have different organs, for instance, that make these webs. And at least 11 different types of insect ears, for the most part. The same basic form with different functions. I'll give you an example. The same pattern of bones in a human hand. Whale flipper, dog paw, bat wing, and some structures and even entire organisms without apparent function. There's some organs that just don't fucking, nothing. I'll give you some example, like vestigial organs, creatures living isolated in inaccessible caves and deep underground. That's another thing, no fucking use for them. They're there. As noted above, life, for the most part, is complex. But design, however, aims for simplicity. You have it backwards. For almost all design objects, the manufacture of the object is separate from any function of the object itself. All living objects reproduce themselves. Another reason is that life lacks a fucking plan. There are no specifications of living structures and processes. Genes do not fully describe the phenotype of an organism. Sometimes in the absence of genes, structure results anyway. Organisms, unlike design systems, are self-constructing in an environmental context. I'll give you another reason. Life is wasteful. That's why. If there was intelligent design, why is life wasteful? Most organisms do not reproduce, and most fertilized zygotes die before growing very much. A design process would be expected to minimize this waste. I'll give you another reason. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think that life, includes many examples of systems that are jury-rigged, out of parts that we use for another purpose. These are what we'd expect from evolution, evolution grows at a very slow rate. And evolution makes something, then it turns around and decides, well, that's not the best function for it, and it throws it away. That's what you would expect from evolution, not from an intelligent designer. I'll give you an example on that. Vertebrate eyes have a blind spot because the retinal nerves are in front of the photoreceptors. Look that up if you didn't understand it. I'll give you another example. On orchids, for instance, that provide a platform for pollinating insects to land on. The stem of the flower has a half twist to move the platform to the lower side of the flower. So they're very fucking hard to pollinize. I'll give you another reason. Life is highly variable. In almost every species, there is a spread of values for anything you care to measure. The information that specifies life, for instance, is very low tolerance in engineering terms. There are a few standards, I'll give you another big one. Life is fucking nasty. If life is designed, then death, disease, and decay must also be designed, since they are integral parts of life. If we have life, and someone designed our life, then they also designed death, they also designed, disease, they also made decay, they also made all this shit. I think that thing alone right there is a standard problem of apologetics. Of course, many design things are also nasty. Think of certain weapons. But if the designer is supposed to have moral standards, then it is added support against design hypothesis. Come on. Really? I don't know. I think the process of evolution can be considered a design process. And the complexity and arrangement we see in life are much closer to what we would expect from evolution than from known examples of intelligent design. I mean, engineers now use essentially the same processes as evolution to find solutions to problems that would be, complex otherwise. So the whole point is, does evolution itself look designed? When you consider that some sort of adaptive mechanism would be, necessary on changing life, if we were to survive, then if life were designed, evolution or something like it would have to be designed into it. Now, claiming to be able to recognize design in life implies that non-life is different, that it is not designed. To claim that life is recognizably designed is to claim that an intelligent designer, a god, did create the rest of the universe. I mean, I think right now as it stands, the design claim makes no predictions, so it is unscientific and fucking useless. It has generated no research at all. None. The weird thing about it is we as humans, to break this down for you, pretty simple. If we were made after a god, for instance, okay, and it even says in your Bible that we were made in his image, then whenever you make anything, you start it simplistic and you grow. That's what you do. You do not just automatically make something that's sophisticated. I mean, fuck, we started out with a wheel, for Christ's sake, and it took us, what, I don't know, when did the wheel come out? I gotta look that up. A couple thousand, 6,000-7,000 years, maybe, we might have had it 20,000, 30,000 years ago. I gotta look it up. I don't know that. We didn't get a tire until, 50,000 years later. Because it was a gradual thing. I mean, Dear Atheist Agenda, I love your show. I would love to be on sometime. I love your voice. Are you single? That was Tina. No, Tina. I am as single as I want to be. So no. And now I'm not. But thank you anyway. I do get a lot of emails that are very positive. I do get more, to be honest with you. I get more that aren't positive. And but I expect that. I expected that before I even started this show. Before I started the basis of this show, I knew that I was going to get haters. I knew that I was going to get people that absolutely fucking hated me for everything that I stood for and would threaten me. I get a death threat easily a day in emails. And, for the most part, people that they can write constantly that I fucking suck, that they hate me, that I have a horrible voice, that I shouldn't be on the radio, that I shouldn't be doing all this kind of stuff. But let me tell you something. Between this forum and the other two forums I broadcast on, I get hundreds of new listeners a day. So either I'm pissing people off so bad that they can't wait to get pissed off again and keep listening to me, which is more likely that that's the issue. I was going to say, or they love me, and evidently I think I'm going to go with they're just so pissed they don't know what the fuck to do. I want to hear what else he's going to say tomorrow. That asshole. Fucking hate him. Hope I can find him so I can blow up his house. Oh my God. Anyway, that was the Atheist Agenda. We managed to get this knocked out in a little over an hour, which is good for me. So thank you for joining me, this Atheist Agenda, on this 12/9 of 2013. We will be back, and again, as usual, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to be talking about, but I think we're going to keep this same sort of thing. I'm going to read the news to you, do some things like that. I'm going to bring up something that completely fucking infuriates me, and then we will do listener emails until we change the format to something else. But thanks for joining me. And again, those people on the Atheist Mingle, I love you guys. And if any of you want to go check them out on Facebook, they are on Facebook /groups/Atheist Mingle. And I think most of the people there are single. You know, I know that some of the people have met other atheists and either have boyfriends or girlfriends or gotten married to them, or one of the two. And but that's a really, I mean, once you become part of that group and you start participating, they are really, really great people. So head on over there, tell them I sent you, and thank you for joining me. And I'm going to leave you with a great song, and I hope you like her too. And no, I'm not going to play this girl tomorrow. This is just a regular song, and I am not going to play her again. I get enough. Could you play Ned? Could you could you play some really dirty fucking song, because that's what we like, you know. But this is not such it. So thank you again, and we will see you, what is it, Sunday? We will see you Tuesday at, I believe, 9 Eastern. So we'll see you then, 8 Central. And thank you so much.
So beautiful.